Tech took one on the chin in Raleigh on Saturday night. Their head coach, Brent Key, joins us to talk about that and more on the Loud Security Systems Newsmaker line. Coach, unfortunately, not a victory Monday, but I like what some of your players said and you said after the game. You cannot let this game affect you, as in you can't lose twice because of this game.
No, I mean, that's a big part of it. I mean, look, we've been in uncharted territory, for the last 8 weeks around here, and as great as it is, look, we play the game each week. Somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose. We're not happy about it. I'm not happy about it. But we can sit around and mope and whatnot, or we can get up and gear.
How close was your initial thought leaving the stadium compared to when you watched the tape? Were you in line with, you left the field thinking this and then the tape verified it?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty easy to tell when you line up in, situational football. We get the ball on the 1 yard line, we don't get it in, right? We're not able to stop them on the other side of the ball. We gave up the explosives, which we've been okay in that, previously. But hey, look, I told the team, we got our butts kicked. Admit it, own it, and let's learn from it and move forward.
Yeah, that's the best thing you can do, right? We did not play up to our capabilities at all, and there's nothing you can do about it but learn.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it takes a man to admit when you get your ass kicked, boys.
Simpler words have never been spoken. If only other coaches would admit the same thing. But that's another story for another time. Brent Key with us on the Loud Security Systems Newsmaker line. So obviously the bye week is here. What's the bye week look like for you and Tech?
So I've got a speaking engagement I got to do today over in Birmingham. And so I'll go over there. Actually, I'm heading over there right now. So like Gus Polinsky and with the Polka Kings of the Midwest right now, right in the back of the U-Haul.
Yeah, you're with the Kenosha Kickers, are you?
Yeah. I mean, what a great movie. But we'll get working tomorrow. We'll have practice tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. We'll work a lot on ourselves for 2 days. Obviously, we got a lot of things to clean up, to improve on, and with that comes continuing to develop younger players that come in and help us in spots where we need help.
All right, you do know that at some point somebody's going to make mention that Brent Key was seen in the state of Alabama, and they're going to start doing a connect the dots. I would just like for you to reiterate, you are going over to Alabama, Birmingham in particular, for a speaking engagement, correct?
Brent Key is riding to Birmingham, Alabama to speak to the Monday Morning Quarterback Club, sitting next to our deputy AD, Brent Jones. So, yes, I'm going over there to speak on the behalf of Georgia Tech and the future of Georgia Tech football, guys.
Just wanted to make things clear for the record.
Because, again, these license plates, they're easily trackable, like fins of a plane, when everybody knows where everybody is during a bye week. I just, again, wanted to make sure that everybody knew what was being done. So, at the end of the day, people talk about a bye week being we self-evaluate harder because we have a chance to self-evaluate harder. We asked you about behind-the-scenes people last week. Who actually is giving you the stuff that you guys as a staff will look at for the next couple of days when you do that self-evaluation?
A lot of it's me. I mean, I said at the house yesterday in my office, and not just break down the previous game, but really what we've done up until this point, the last 4-game stretch, and what we got to do to improve, what we got to do to complement things we've been doing. And the GAs and analysts, they do a lot of that work. Pat Boyle does a lot of the analytic, statistical breakdown work for me. And then I do a lot of it myself. I mean, that's actually what I love. I love getting the leads and watching ball and fixing problems, and that's what we got to do.
I know you can't have a pad and paper on the sideline during a game, but are you a guy who at the end of a game, will you get someplace where you could write down notes quickly for yourself? I don't want to call it a diary, but do you try to keep track of my initial thoughts leaving the field after a game is done?
Yeah, so I have a little sheet, a little laminated sheet on the sideline. I track possessions, and then that tells you a lot about the flow of the game, how many per quarter, where you're getting the ball, time of possession, that you're using for those. And then I have notes on the back. I have first half notes, second half notes, penalties, critical mistakes. from my notes at halftime and then into the game. So, win, lose, or draw, I'm taking facts that I have from the game and telling the team, telling the coaches, and telling the press.
What do you want to say about how was the locker room after this game?
And they were pissed. And I told them the same thing I just told you guys, that, hey, give credit where credit is due. They lined up. They beat us man to man, side to side, face to face. Give credit to them for what they did. They executed. We didn't execute when the time called. And we got to do something about it now. We can't do anything about what just happened, but we can learn from it. And only thing that matters now is our response.
Brent Key is with us on the Loud Security Systems Newsmaker line. It's a cliche to say, but I'll ask it nevertheless. Do you find out more about a team following a loss as opposed to a win?
I don't know if you find out more about your team after a loss. I think you have a lot more people listen to you after a loss. And when you say these things, everyone tends to have, deaf ears, or, oh, he's just saying that to be hard, or, and then whether it's, media, whether it's, the staff, whether it's players, when you lose a game, everybody wants to hear it. Everyone wants direction. Everybody wants to be led. Right. So I think that's where people are likely to listen and hear what you're saying and hear the message more clearly.
Do you have a I know what you're going to do. You're going to pop me for this one. At some point Saturday night or Sunday, does somebody hand you the tiebreaker scenario for the ACC run to the championship game?
No, they didn't. But, after the game, when you're going through all your thoughts of the game, and, you kind of get the scores from the day that took place, you think about it somewhat. But, again, those are things we can't control. We can control what we put into the week. We can control how we play games, and that's what we've got to do. We've got 2 weeks now to control what we can and put effort and time into things that we can affect the outcome of. And, we got 2 weeks to get ready for BC. We're going up there in November. It'll be nice and cold, and, we got 2 weeks to get ready for them.
And I think I know the answer to this question as well. The initial college football playoff standings will be announced tomorrow night. Is that something you're paying attention to in any way, shape, or form?
No, I'm not. Again, it's one of those things. I feel like there's probably and I don't know if this is not coach speak, is coach speak, but y'all know me well enough. I don't really care about that stuff. I would dare to say there's some pressure lifted off of a lot of guys in our building right now, and the pressure is a privilege, right? But controlling it and dealing with it, I'm sure there's some guys that's a little bit of pressure off of them on the team, the guys that have been working. Can
you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, just the guys that they as you win more and more, and it's not a familiar territory that you've been in, guys start to press. Guys start to think, well, I don't want to mess this up, or I don't want to do this, I don't want to let the team down. And it comes from a good place. This is one of those things that's hard to understand in these positions, and the guys don't want to let other people down. Well, more failures in life come from trying to take it easy and trying not to make a mistake than just going and doing what you've done. We talked about that last week. Obviously, that message was not taken. We had uncharacteristic mistakes on the field, and whether it was from pressing, not pressing, I don't know. But losing that game on Saturday night afforded us to have a hard reset, and that's what we'll do moving forward.
All right, Coach, enjoy Birmingham. The speaking engagement, that's why you're there. Just to reiterate, ride safe in the Sprinter van, and if you have the Kenosha Kickers yellow jacket, all the more reason to display it to the crowd today.
Make sure that van doesn't take, I don't know what direction it would be. I don't know Alabama well enough, a left or a right, where people all of a sudden say, no, but I saw it in this part of the
course,
state.
Man. Stay the course.
Just get to Birmingham and get the hell out. That's all.
Hey, my high school coach is over there. Get to see him. There'll be a lot of good people over there. So, I appreciate you guys, and look forward to talking to you next week.
All right, we'll do it again next week. Brent Key with us on the Loud Security Systems Newsmaker line.